Welcome back to the sanctuary of storytelling. Welcome to News Around. In a world that often shouts, we are here to listen to the whispers. We are here to uncover the stories that don't just make headlines, but make history, the stories of the heart. Today, we are stepping away from the flashbulbs and the red carpets to enter a room lit only by a warm lamp, where a pen scratches against paper. We are about to unravel a mystery that has touched the very soul of the Turkish entertainment world. It is a story not of scandals, but of sonnets. Before we open this fragile envelope together, we ask you to become a part of our journey. If you appreciate journalism that honors the emotional depth of its subjects, please subscribe to our channel. To support our quest for the truth and gain exclusive access to our community, click the join button. Your support allows us to keep looking where others look away. Don't forget to like this video. It helps these beautiful stories find the audience they deserve. Now, prepare your hearts. We are about to read between the lines of a secret poem attributed to Özge Yağız, written for the enigma that is Gökberk Demirci. To understand the weight of a poem, one must first understand the poets. Gökberk Demirci and Özge Yağız are not merely actors, they are the architects of a modern myth. Rising to prominence as the faces of a new generation of Turkish television, they possess a charisma that is as rare as it is powerful. Özge, with her decisive delicacy, has mastered the art of bringing multifaceted characters to life, layering strength beneath a veneer of fragility. Gökberk, on the other hand, carries a gaze that seems to contain both the calm of a morning sea and the fury of a brewing storm. His screen presence is defined by a rough, tender charisma. He is the man who never needs to explain himself, for his silence speaks volumes. Their relationship has played out like the very best fiction, intense, cyclical, and undeniable. We have watched them fall in love on screen, followed the breadcrumbs of their real-life romance through paparazzi lenses, and speculated endlessly during their periods of silence and separation. It is a bond that has weathered the storms of public scrutiny, a relationship that feels real precisely because it has not been perfect. But today, we are not looking at a paparazzi photo or analyzing a cryptic Instagram caption. We are looking at something far more dangerous and far more beautiful, words on paper. The rumor that has brought us here is delicate. It whispers of a handwritten poem, a private gift from Özge to Gökberk, kept guard like a talisman against the chaos of their lives. In an era of digital transience, the idea of a physical poem, ink on paper, folded and tucked into a pocket near the heart, is a revolutionary act of romance. What does a woman like Özge Yağız write when the cameras are off? Expectations would suggest a romantic hymn, a classic declaration of undying love. But the details emerging about this text suggest something far more profound. This is not an anthology of clichés. It is described as a mosaic of sincerity, a raw and naked X-ray of two souls who have swum against the current to find each other. The imagery reportedly used in the verses is breathtaking. The poem flows like a mountain river, clear and calm in one line, impetuous and wild in the next. It speaks of a connection that transcends language, of gazes that communicate entire histories without a single word being spoken. It speaks of the strength found not in standing alone, but in standing side by side. One of the most striking metaphors analyzed in this secret text is the image of Gökberk as a shelter. But Özge does not describe him as a hiding place from the world. Instead, she paints him as a refuge from an interminable rain, a place one returns to not to escape reality, but to find the strength to face it again. It is a sanctuary that does not demand perfection. In these verses, Gökberk is not the flawless hero of a soap opera, he is a man who stays. He is a man who welcomes. This portrayal touches on the deepest truth of their bond. It acknowledges that he is not an unattainable ideal, but a human being who offers presence. In a life defined by transient sets and fleeting fame, his stability is the anchor. The poem reportedly shies away from polishing the edges of their relationship. It embraces the duplicity of enduring love. The moments of being lost and the moments of being found, the noise that confuses the mind and the inner compass that always points back to us. Perhaps the most courageous aspect of this alleged poem is its refusal to ignore the scars. There is no shame expressed in remembering the weight of farewells that were never fully accomplished, the breakups that didn't stick. Instead, these imperfections become the texture of the love story. They are not smoothed away. They are highlighted as the source of their resilience. The construction of the poem is said to have a distinctly Turkish soul, light cadences, sonorous references, and atmospheric images that rest on the mind like a leaf on a still lake. It ripples the water, then settles. It is a text meant to be savored, not consumed. In these lines, physical beauty, Gökberk's famous looks, takes a back seat. Özge reportedly refers to him as an enigma, comparing him to a deep sea that changes with the light. She speaks of his fire, but clarifies that it is not a fire that destroys. It is a flame that lights the way in a windowless room. This distinction is crucial. It reveals an admiration that goes beyond the surface, a respect born from knowing the other person's fears and limits and choosing to stay regardless. It is a pact to learn the secret language of his silence. Why write a poem? In the context of their lives, this act is a form of rebellion. Being Gökberk and Özge means accepting that you are constantly watched, interpreted, and often distorted. There is a public opinion for every breath they take. By choosing poetry, they are opening a door to a room where the noise of the world cannot enter. It is their sealed place, their private alphabet. A handwritten sheet of paper is a gentle act of defiance against the speed of modern life. It says, "We are here. Just us. No filters, no audience, no margin notes." It is a testament to the belief that words, when chosen carefully, have the power to protect and reveal simultaneously. Two specific themes in the poem have struck a chord with those who have analyzed its essence. The first is the concept of the return. Özge writes of coming back to him not as a repetition of the past, but as a landing. She describes the pain of distant days when his voice felt like it was coming from another room. And the relief of proximity, where the smell of skin and the sound of laughter bring the world back into focus. The second theme is the reckoning with fear. The poem candidly addresses the terror of being truly seen, the fear of not living up to the myth that the public sews onto their skin. It is in this crack, this vulnerability, that love is truly chosen. The verses suggest that their bond was forged not in their triumphs, but in their willingness to be broken together. The text is described as being written with light graphite, words that leave no heavy weight on the page, yet demand absolute attention. It is a call to tenderness. It features a recurring musicality, a refrain of 4 words: refuge, root, wind, home. When Özge describes Gökberk as a wind that moves the clouds without uprooting the trees, she captures the essence of healthy love, a force that creates change and movement without destroying the foundation. It carries, it does not conquer. We can only imagine the moment this poem was delivered. Late at night, perhaps, under the glow of a warm lamp. A piece of paper folded twice, passed from hand to hand with a look that said, "Read this when you are ready." It is beautiful that we do not know the full text. It is right that it remains a secret. We are merely standing in the doorway, glimpsing the light from their room. This poem serves as a reminder to us all. The truth of feelings lies not in the grand public gestures, but in the quiet details. It is a human, vulnerable glimpse into a love that never stops choosing to exist. Thank you for joining us on this poetic journey into the hearts of Özge Yağız and Gökberk Demirci. We want to hear from you. Do you believe that privacy is the secret to a lasting love in the public eye? Have you ever written or received a poem that changed your life? Share your stories in the comments below. If this deep dive touched your heart, please like the video and subscribe to News Around. For those who want to help us keep telling these stories, the join button is waiting for you. Until next time, may you find your own shelter in the storm.